All right, so this is still the first day of optimization. The next videos I'll do the second day of optimization. So first day of optimization are going to be area problems, and then revenue and profit types of problems. So this is an example of maximum profit. So remember, profit, whenever you're looking for profit, profit is your revenue minus the cost. Okay, so revenue minus the cost, that's your profit. Revenue is found by the price times the number of items. Okay, so that's how you find revenue. And then cost is your fixed amount plus your variable amount. Okay, so that just kind of takes you back to 1324, and now we're bringing it back into 1325. So here's your question. ABC Bikes finds that it costs $200 to produce each racing bike plus the fixed cost of $1,500 a day. The price function is 600 minus 5x, and P is the price in dollars, and X is the number of bikes sold. Find the price and the quantity you should charge to maximize profit. Okay, so we want the price and the quantity to maximize profit. So our first order of business is to find the objective. The objective is to maximize profit. Right? So in order to have that function, we have to find the profit function. Okay? So profit function is revenue minus cost. So they give us the cost. So our cost function is $200 to produce each bike plus the fixed cost of $1,500. So $1,500 plus $200 per bike. That's your cost function. Okay. Now all of these are on Canvas. If you just scroll down and look for 11.6 optimization, you'll find the problems that I'm doing. This is what we would do in class. Okay, so we have the cost. Now we need revenue. Revenue is the price times the number of items. So our revenue is the price, and the price was $600, or 600 minus 5x times the number of products. Okay, so price times the number of items. So now we're good to go. We have our revenue and we have our cost function. So to find profit, I'm going to go ahead and distribute this x through. So we have 600x minus 5x squared. So to find profit, we're going to take our revenue function and we're going to subtract off our cost function. This minus sign with parentheses is key. Don't forget that, all right? Because that negative is going to get pushed through everything. So our profit, I'm going to write it over here, our profit function is, I'm going to rearrange it, negative 5x squared, 600x minus 200x is 400x, and then minus 1,500. So there is our profit. So here's where I got this. Negative 5x squared, and then I did 600x minus 200x gives me 400x, and then pushing this negative through, that's where I get the negative 1,500. Okay, so we're good. We have our objective, right? All of that was just to get the objective. Now we need our constraint. So again, our constraint is going to be our price. So our price, where was our price? Oh, our price was 600 minus 5x. It's already solved for P. Is that right? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So it's already solved for P. So 600 minus 5x is our price. I'm going to box it in because I know I'm going to use it again. I'm going to set my constraint to greater than or equal to 0, and then I'm going to solve. Divide by negative 5, flip your sign, don't forget, 600 divided by 5 is 120. Okay. So we have our endpoints between 0 and 120. Okay, so we have our objective, we have our constraint, we have our endpoints, and now we're good to go. Okay, now we can use our profit function. And now we're going to find the critical points. So we're going to find the derivative, set our derivative to 0, and solve. So our critical point is 40. Okay, so we have a critical point of 40. Okay, so now we have our endpoints, we have our critical points, and now we're going to plug it back into our original equation. So when I plug 0 in here, it's going to spit out negative 1,500. Now make sure that makes sense to you. If I have 0 products, my fixed costs still have to be paid. All right, so that's why it's negative 1,500. That means I am in the hole $1,500. I have not sold one thing. I still have to pay out my 1,500. When I plug 40 in, and you can double check my numbers, but when I plug 40 in, I get 6,500. Okay, so again, 40 in here. So negative 5 times 40 squared, and then 400 times 40. And then that answer minus 1,500 gives you 6,500. And then when I plug in the negative 120, it's going to spit out negative 25,500. Okay, so what that means is if I sell too many bikes, it's going to cost me. It's going to hurt me bad. Okay, I'm going to lose money. So more is not always better. Okay, so this is my maximum profit. So I will make $6,500 when I sell 40 bikes. At what price? So I take my critical point that works and I plug it back into my price function. So I have 600 minus 5 times 40. So 5 times 40 is 200. 600 minus 200. So the optimum price is $400. So I've answered all the questions. Always double check. It says find the price and the quantity and the maximum profit. So the price is $400. When I sell 400 of them, I'm going to end up with 6,500. Good? All right, that's maximum profit.